Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beaconhouse Old Student Society Boss Memory Lane. Beaconhouse Boss is all about building a community together. Today we have Gen Z with us, Mohammed bin Rizwan. He graduated from Beaconhouse Margalla Campus IBDP program year 2022. He's the first ever elected president of IBDP program, and currently he's in the process of deciding which university to go and pursue his undergrad degree. Mohammed bin Rizwan has a great sense of humor, and I witnessed that on his convocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mohammed bin Rizwan to Boss Memory Lane. Mohammed, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
Likewise, जी. अच्छा, मोहम्मद बिन रिजवान, पहले ये बताइए your fondest memory at Beaconhouse.
I think my first memory is connected to my last. जब मैं पहली दफ़ा I set foot in BMI B. It was 9 years ago, 2014. We had recently shifted from a smaller city, Sargodha, to Islamabad. It was a big cultural shock for me.
And you're through and through with Beaconhouse, from Montessori till IBDP program. Right.
Even though I was in Beaconhouse, but the buildings were much smaller. So the first day I entered school, I was late. I was a late admission student and late.
And late. So 2 in 1.
Yeah. So I entered the school and I saw all these buildings. You know, when you enter BMI from gate 4, you see 3 massive buildings. Now they look pretty okay, decent size. But yeah, I asked myself, okay, how will I ever, leave a mark here, or will I ever be noticed? So Alhamdulillah, a month back, I think I had one of my best days, my graduation, and as you said, my speech, which was perhaps the best day. Parents came up to me, a parent offered me a job, and the principal hugged me, all my students, fellow students, they were so happy, and my siblings were there. Unfortunately, my parents weren't there, but I'm pretty sure they would have been very proud as well.
We all are certainly very proud of you. And let's hear about that speech. वो खुद लिखी थी, और उसके अंदर जो humorous element था वो क्यों था? Debates में थे, MUN का हिस्से थे, extracurricular activities में थे. How is that inculcated in you?
In my 8-9 years in BMI, I've pretty much done everything there is. I think I failed a paper. I've been a high achiever. Alhamdulillah, I won inter-regionals in 3 different sports. I've been a director registrations of BMIDC, one of the biggest in the Twin Cities. And about the speech, I wrote it just the night before the graduation, because we have a habit of delaying things till the last.
Procrastination में तो masters है ना?
बिल्कुल, alhamdulillah. तो वो alhamdulillah, I wrote it quite well. I was specifically told to keep my jokes to a minimum, जो मैंने include भी की अपनी speech में. लेकिन of course it had to be a true representation of me and my fellow students. So I added a little bit of humor and myself into it to give it a much more truer depiction of how IB was for me.
Right. So IB तो हम उसका abbreviation यूज़ कर रहे हैं. आप बताना चाहेंगे IB होता क्या है, और BMI में आपका कैसा experience था IB का?
जी बिल्कुल. IB stands for International Baccalaureate. ये काफ़ी मुश्किल है, मुझे 2 साल लगे थे pronunciation ठीक करने में. BMI IB I think was the best decision. Honestly, it was the best decision of perhaps my academic life अभी तक, क्योंकि I knew all of my friends would be in A-levels. And I would receive snaps of them hanging in KFC at 12, and I'd have classes till 3. So it was really tough. During that time, the 2 years, I thought...
आपने पहले O-levels किया, और फिर आप IB में आए, right?
जी, from boys branch, तो इधर आया. Towards the end of my O-levels, I had gotten pretty serious about my education. लेकिन वो भी the last 3 months of the academic year. So then I came into IB, and I think it was the best decision of my life.
Right. And what subjects you've had?
I had a little bit of everything.
So let's hear those subjects.
I had ITGS, I had maths, physics, German, English, and economics.
Right. अब आपने बोला है German. कुछ हमें German में बोल के सुनाएं, या कोई खास famous phrase सुनाएं. Let's hear your German.
बिल्कुल. Guten Morgen, ich bin Mohammed bin Rizwan. Ich liebe Fußball. Ich bin ein Beaconhouse Student von 6 Jahren. So that was, hi, my name is Mohammed bin Rizwan. I love football randomly.
Right, and you learned this language only in 2 years?
Yes, 2.
Oh wow, you're a quick learner.
Yeah, thanks to Sir Rahil, who was a great teacher. Yeah, he was.
अभी आपने टीचर्स का जिक्र किया, आपने कैन यू नो फेवरेट टीचर के नाम बताओ और बाकी टीचर्स का, बिकॉज यू हैव BMI में हमारी IB की फुल टाइम फैकल्टी है. So let's hear the names and those stories of the instructors at BMI.
BMI, I've been in, like I said, 8-9 years. So I'll start from O levels, and I can't name a favorite teacher क्योंकि मेरे लिए मसला हो जाएगा. So from O levels, I'd say it was Sir Mia Shahid Mahmood, history, Sir Yasir, physics, Sir Khawer, maths, Ma'am Shazia, again physics, Shazia Farooq, and then Ma'am Rukhsana Shahid, who was absolutely amazing. The level of respect all of us had for her was immense. And then coming into IB, who can I not name? Everyone.
Let's hear all the names because BMI IB का program भी बहुत unique है.
So all of these teachers, they aren't really my teachers. They're more like my friends. So I would start from my favorite friend, Ma'am Tayyiba, English. क्योंकि एक्सचेंज ऑफ आइडियाज़ बहुत होते थे, गपशप लगती थी और पढ़ाई भी साथ साथ होती थी somehow. And I, from a student who was not very good in English, was the first ever student to be recommended a predicted score of 7, which is the highest you can get.
Oh wow!
तो वो एक नया चीज़ था. And then teachers, Sir Rahil, of course, Sir Anwar, who was our sports teacher. आप क्लास 1 भी मिस नहीं कर सकते. मैंने बड़ी कोशिश की थी बंक करने की, लेकिन वो पहुंच जाते थे हर जगह. So him, Ma'am Sumaira, maths was always a sort of like a scary thing for me. लेकिन she made maths easier and fun. उसके बाद ITGS, Ma'am Atifa, she was, like I said, a friend. Really had a lot of fun. A very boring subject, लेकिन a great teacher. Then Ma'am Samira, bio, I didn't really like her that much, mostly because वो मेरी अम्मी भी हैं और मुझे घर पे भी डांट पड़ती है उनसे. Then I really hope I don't miss out on any of the.
So we have all the BSS family. अम्मी भी आप भी यहाँ पे हो, right. मोहम्मद, Beaconhouse में आपके siblings भी हैं. How's that experience?
जी बिल्कुल. I'm the youngest of 4. The eldest is now in Australia, and the other 2 were Beaconhouse students. She wasn't. Comparisons बिल्कुल होते थे. My brother was great in sports as well as academics, and my sister was always good at everything. तो हमेशा there were comparisons, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह I feel like मैंने उन्हें थोड़ा eclipse कर दिया.
Right. Say, if you have to describe your school life in 3 words, what would that be and why? Formative because I was a student who was very shy, who would run from padhai and run from anything that is tough. The other word would be all encompassing really, because alhamdulillah at BMI I was given the opportunity to try everything and I did. The last word would be fun, really fun. Alhamdulillah, it was great. Sahi. Right. You were also part of Dramatics Society. Mohammed bin Rizwan is also first elected president of BMI IB program. How was that experience? And let's hear about the election days.
Amazing. I think it was the most fun part of being the president because बाद में काम शुरू हो जाता है. तो शुरू में I remember when the elections were announced and the posts were revealed, I applied for director activity. शुरू में because I was like the stakes are much lower. हार भी गया तो क्या किसी को पता नहीं चला गया. I was relatively popular in school, not in IB because हमारे बच्चे बहुत स्कूलों से आते हैं because it's one of the best IB programs in the country. लेकिन all around the campus, boys branch, girls branch, A levels, सारों को पता था तो I didn't want to lose. लेकिन like I said, I was tired of running from the fear of failure. तो मैंने कहा if I'm going to fail, why not fail at the best? So alhamdulillah I won. So it was really fun, and because I did it alone, it was much more fun. The other 2 candidates were part of unofficial parties. So the sense of doing it on your own really fills me up with fulfillment. So yeah, it was a great experience.
Our teachers are our spiritual parents. What is one thing which was being said to you and said to you by whom and stayed with you and you really followed it?
I think throughout all of my years, every teacher gave me a little bit of something, but the thing that pops into my mind first was my German Sir Rahil, German instructor. He wrote on my after I had an argument with one of my fellow students. So he wrote in German on my copy. I don't remember the exact German words, but they said that hands are for work, not for fighting. Even though I didn't fight, I don't fight. Yeah, maa baat tak na pahunch jaye. But that's a valuable lesson for all of us to learn.
So, Mohammed bin Rizwan, what would you like to say in the end to the young minds of Beaconhouse family across the globe?
Yeah, Beaconhouse family, as well as all students, young students around the world, I would just say that being the person I am today, it's not that big a deal. But I remember I used to doubt myself. I didn't have belief in my academic abilities. मैं बहुत shy होता था, and I always used to think that everybody else is somehow better than me. So the tip I would give to you is that always respect yourself, don't undermine yourself, and no matter what, do not give up. I failed my last mock exam of Park Studies and was able to get an A star in 30 days of time. So no matter what, it's never over until it's over.
Absolutely. Fight till the end. And this is the end of Boss Memory Lane with Mohammed bin Rizwan. Thank you so much for watching.
Beaconhouse Old Student Society, BOSS, building a community together.